Right now, 7, a new school in Uvalde, 3 years after the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary, how they're keeping the memories of the victims alive at this new school. Plus, a state order could mean changes to crosswalks in certain cities across Texas, while leaders say they're still waiting on answers. In East Texas, man's execution put on hold again, while the courts say new questions about shaken baby syndrome deserve another look. And the CDC is taking a fresh look at childhood vaccines, and the changes could impact what your kids get and when. We'll take you what's driving the review and who's leading it now.
It's a beautiful morning out there right now, crisp and in those upper 50s, but we will get to those mid 80s today. I'll have more information in your forecast coming up. You're watching CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Yard on CBS 19 Plus.
7:03 this morning, a big weekend of football in North Texas, highlighted by the Red River rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma is entering the game as a 6th-ranked team in the country, while the Longhorns are looking to shake off last week's loss against Florida. Kickoff tomorrow at 2:30. Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Dana has the day off.
And I'm Jamie Hazard, filling in for meteorologist Joel Robinson. Thank you for joining us on air and on CBS 19 Plus.
Of course, it is Friday. Finally made it to the end of the work week. I know a lot of people are excited for the weekend. A lot of people probably heading out to the fair for the game, or maybe staying here at home. There's lots of events and fall festivals happening here in East Texas.
It's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend. We're still going to be in those high 80s, not feeling like fall just yet. But let's take a look outside right now. It is completely clear and looking beautiful out there. And then our temperatures right now, we're at 60 in Gilmer, 56 in Mineola, 63 in Tyler, and 61 in Henderson. So it's a beautiful morning to step outside and start your Friday. 7 a.m., 57 degrees, 9 a.m., 66 degrees, 1 p.m. you're going to be at 80, and then 3 p.m. the heat of your day, 84 degrees, so it should be a pretty nice few hours for you. And then here's your weather impact for the week. So today you're going to be warm and 86 degrees, so it's going to be actually the lowest temperature of your week, unfortunately, not fall at all. And then it's going to be sunny skies today with a little bit of clouds, but make sure that you're wearing loose clothing and drinking lots of water out there today. And then your dog walking forecast. So it is going to be a beautiful time to walk your dogs at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and noon, but your pups don't like temps above 85 degrees, so 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. a.m. giving it that yellow light. So make sure you are staying safe for your pets. And then the next 3 days for you into your weekend. So Saturday, 87 degrees with a low of 59. Sunday, you're looking at 88 degrees with a low of 60. Sunny skies. And then Monday, starting off your week warm at 88 degrees with a low of 63. Mostly sunny skies. And I will be back soon with your 7-day forecast.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much. Right now, water restrictions remain in effect across the city of Tyler this morning, and they're still asking everyone to cut back on water use after flooding and equipment failures forced the Lake Palestine water treatment plant offline yesterday. Now, for now, another treatment plant is supplying water for the city, and to keep pressure levels safe, the city is now under a stage 2 water restriction, asking for residents for a 10% reduction in daily water use. And these restrictions are in place until those repairs are made. However, we don't have a timeline on when that could be. Right now on our website, we have a full list of those restrictions you need to know about. This morning, a Tyler man is facing murder charges after a deadly shooting early yesterday morning in Northwest Tyler that left 1 man dead and a woman injured. Tyler police arrested 35-year-old Kendrick Ross. This is a new mugshot we got just this morning. They say he opened fire at a home on North Grand Avenue near MLK and Nutbush just before 2:30 in the morning. 32-year-old DeMonta Brown was found with gunshot wounds and later died at the hospital. Another woman was also taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds to her legs. As of now, we're told she is in critical condition.
You know, this is not a random act. They did know each other, and then what we have to do now is just kind of piece the puzzle together of what happened or what led up to this. If anybody out there has a video or has information or is a witness to this and hasn't contacted our detectives, please give us a call.
Well, right now, Ross is being held at the Smith County Jail on a $1.5 million bond as police continue to investigate. This morning, an East Texas death row inmate is planning his next legal move. Robert Robertson was granted a stay of execution just 1 week before he was set to die for the 2002 death of his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki. He would have been the first person in the U.S. executed for a case tied to shaken baby syndrome, and his attorneys argue the science behind his conviction is outdated. The court agreed to review it under Texas's junk science law, while prosecutors insist the evidence still holds up. We're expecting an emotional morning in Uvalde as the school district cuts the ribbon on the new school being built to replace Robb Elementary. It's been 3.5 years since that shooting took place and killed 19 students and 2 teachers. The new school, called Legacy Elementary, will feature tributes to those shooting victims. A tour and ribbon cutting will happen at 10 o'clock this morning, and the first day of class will happen on October 20th. Now, the $60 million school was funded by several major donors, and this opening comes just days after we learned of one of Uvalde CISD officers charged in this failed response now has a trial date for January 5th. Adrian Gonzalez faces 29 counts of abandoning and endangering a child in connection to the law enforcement response at Robb Elementary. A new state order is prompting cities to remove certain markings from Texas roadways, including a rainbow crosswalk meant to represent unity and inclusion. Marissa Armas explains what the directive means for local leaders and how the community is responding.
Rainbow crosswalks like these on Cedar Springs in Dallas may soon disappear.
I see this as a cultural representation, not a political statement.
On Wednesday, Governor Greg Abbott issued a directive to TxDOT ordering the agency to ensure Texas counties and cities remove any and all political ideologies from our streets, saying Texans expect their tax dollars to be used wisely, not advance political agendas. The governor says this is about safety and keeping people free of distractions.
This is color on a pavement. I just cannot imagine that this is the priority right now when people are suffering at the grocery store, at the doctor's office, having access to food.
According to the letter TxDOT sent to local transportation officials, this includes any pavement markings such as murals, symbols, art, or messaging on travel lanes, shoulders, intersections, or crosswalks, unless they serve as a safety function. Cities and counties that don't comply will lose state and federal transportation funding. Based off the guidelines, intersections like the one at Daniel and Hillcrest at the SMU campus and the crosswalk at Lemon and McKinney may also be impacted.
It's something that's coming from the very top. It's something that aligns with identity politics.
This directive from the governor comes after the U.S. Department of Transportation secretary sent a letter to governors asking them to participate in a national road safety initiative that includes removing artwork or political messages from streets. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy posting on X on July, first saying, taxpayers expect their dollars to fund safe streets, not rainbow crosswalks. And while the rainbow crosswalks in Oakland are funded by private donations and fundraising, North Texas LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce leadership says they haven't been told to remove them yet.
Not a political statement. It's representing a culture, and that's also a part of who we are in this great tapestry of American citizens.
TxDOT says cities and counties will have 30 days to comply. In Dallas, Marissa Armas, CBS News, Texas.
All right, 7:10 this morning. Time now for your morning headlines. The U.S. Army is moving forward with a $1 million donation to bring top leaders to Washington, D.C. for a professional development conference. Now, the money from a nonprofit that supports the Army will pay for travel, hotels, and meals during the annual Association of the U.S. Army Conference. Now, the timing is raising eyebrows as thousands of active duty service members could miss their next paycheck because of the government shutdown. A new luxury airline is touching down in Texas. Milwaukee-based JetOut Inc. plans to open a base at DFW Airport by the end of the year. The company will operate 2 small planes, each seating 8 passengers, catering to travelers looking for a private jet experience. Fancy, right? The JetOut says expanding to DFW will help grow its fleet and create new jobs across the region. And new this morning, the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to a woman being called a champion of peace. Maria Corina Machado is being recognized for her, quote, tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. Now, in the past year, there has been serious threats made against her life, forcing her to live in hiding, yet she has not left the country. And the CDC is taking a new look at childhood vaccine guidelines, a move that could lead to changes in what and where kids get their shots. A new working group will review the vaccine ingredients, technology, and the growing issue of vaccine hesitancy. Back in June, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fired all 17 members of the previous panel, an unprecedented move, and this new team will include independent experts. All right, time now, 7:12. We have a fun question for you this morning on Friday in honor of National Walk to a Park Day. What is your favorite park to visit in East Texas? And Jamie, I know you're new, so have you explored, East Texas parks yet? If not, I got a nice list for you.
Oh, I would love a list.
Okay.
Being from even Dallas, driving in, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's greenery.
It's all piney woods out here. It's
Yes,
not
I like
a concrete
it.
jungle. I know in Dallas you guys have the Katy Trail. That's like a big one out there. And there's like White Rock Trail as well.
Yes, both beautiful, but not anything like
the piney
here.
woods.
Yeah.
So are you more of a, I like to go like walk in a straight line, or do you like the zigzags, curves, and like the circles and loops?
Well, when I was at SMU, I only did the Katy Trail
Katy
every
Trail?
day. So
is that
it was
like
a
straight
line, just straight.
Okay, so I think you're going to like Legacy Trails.
Okay.
It's not too far from here, and I don't like straight trails
No.
because I get bored of looking at the same thing over and over and over again. So I like the loop-de-loop. So if you like that one keeps going straight. There's a nice coffee shop there too.
Oh, okay.
My personal favorite though is Rose Redmond. One, because it's not too far from where I live, but it has so many. There's like actual hiking trail within like the concrete trails, which is really, really nice. So that would be my personal favorite. If you bump into me there, say hi. I mean, I'm there like almost every day.
Okay, now I know where to find you.
Right? So let's go on a walk right after the show. We can walk the tiredness out.
Oh my goodness,
man.
yes.
Growing up, how much walking, where did you go on a walk for those trails?
Well, originally being from California, it was all hiking.
It was?
Yes.
What about, did you get any beach walks?
Yes, always a beach walk.
How scenic were those?
Well, we don't have any beaches here, which I miss.
No.
So
we have lake beaches, if you want to call it that.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it here.
That's awesome. And then Vicky, real quick, on Facebook saying she likes Pollard Park. So not a bad day today to head out and go to the park. Lower humidity is what you mentioned?
Yes, lower humidity and
it's a win-win.
And 86 degrees, which actually isn't that bad from what we've been used to.
Right.
And then next week we're going to be in those 90s. So I suggest you get out there today and this weekend. But let's take a look at that traffic right now. So we are at 2 hours over to Dallas, and then over to Shreveport we are in an hour and a half. No crashes have been detected right now, no hazards at all. So we are looking A-OK there. And then our US 69, so over to Denison, we are looking at 2.5 hours, and then we are looking at an hour and a half over to Lovekin. And then let's take a look at other routes. So Jacksonville to Nacogdoches, we're looking at 50 minutes. Tyler over to Longview, we're looking at 40 minutes. Tyler to Palestine, 55 minutes. And then Tyler over to Athens, 45 minutes. So we are looking good there too, pretty much same as normal. And then as you can see on our CBS19 live radar, we have absolutely no rain detected. So that will make your morning commute extra easy. And then our future skycast this morning, you can see that there's just a little bit of cloud cover, but nothing that should be affecting your morning traffic. And then our commute forecast. So our AM commute forecast at 66 degrees, 7, 8, and 9 a.m. Our AM commute is looking great. I'm going to give you 3 green lights for that. And then our PM commute is going to be 86 degrees with sunny skies, and we should be good there. But it is Friday night football, so make sure that you are staying aware of that. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day today, as you can see, at 86 degrees. So honestly, if I were you, I would step out of that car, take a walk on one of those beautiful trails out there. And then we're starting off this morning beautiful at 66 degrees, which we haven't felt those 60s in a while. We're actually in the 50s outside in most of East Texas right now, so it should be a beautiful, beautiful morning ahead to step out, and you should be A-OK for that traffic, and there's no rain for the foreseeable future, so that is good news as well, and also no fog. And as I was talking to Jesus about, lower humidity, which is really, really great for not only your commute, but just the weather in general. And I will be back with your forecast.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much. Hey, we're still getting set up here. It's live TV. We love it, right? Okay, so we got some special guests on this morning. Students from Pine Tree High School, the culinary program. They are here with us this morning, giving us a taste of what they do. Now, earlier in the show, we did some campfire type cupcakes, which is really good. And now they're sharing even more skills with us. I feel like we're taking a whole course ourselves, which is really, really awesome. And we don't have to go back to high school to do it, which is great. We have Chef Gina here. We've got some of her students joining here. We've got Zori, Jacob, and Brianna with us this morning to help us and teach us a little bit more on how to decorate for these cupcakes and practice our skills for the fall festival. Because if y'all can do the job, if y'all call in sick, we'll take over for y'all, right? We can do it. Awesome. Say, first tell us, for those who weren't joining us this morning, what kind of skills do you guys learn and the students learn in this culinary program?
It starts out in the intro class with basic knife skills, measuring skills, learning the terminology, and then each year we add on to it, to the point where our practicum, our year 3 and year 4 students are doing caterings and different events.
That's awesome. And so far, you've been doing this for how long?
I've been teaching for 4 years. I've been in the industry for over 30 years.
That's awesome. And so these students have been in the program for 4 years as well. I want to ask you, Brianna, what's been like the most surprising or like your favorite thing that you've learned so far in this program?
I think it'd be all the baking skills I've done. I always wanted to do this when I was little, so I've been able to grow a lot through this, and here I am.
Do you plan on making like a business out of baking?
Yes, I do plan on having my own bakery.
It's a win-win. It works out all the way around. And Jacob, what about you? What's been like your favorite, most exciting thing that you've learned?
Honestly, just learning how to do what I do, but do it better. Because I mean,
we like better, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so earlier we did these cupcakes, they're the campfire cupcakes. We'll do, I believe, are like these witch cupcakes here in a minute. Yes. But first I want to talk about the fall festival, because there's a whole reason for these cupcakes out here this morning.
We have our annual fall festival. It's going to be at Pirate Stadium in the parking lot. It's for the whole community, and it's just your traditional Halloween carnival. We'll have lots of games. They're going to have snow cones, cotton candy, free hot dogs.
All of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
And then what day is it, real quick, and the times?
It's October 18th, so a week from this Saturday, from 3 to 6 in the afternoon.
Sounds like a good time. Okay, so we're gonna practice our cupcake decorating skills. I'm gonna say baking. These are already baked for us. Y'all did the hard work for us. We get to do the fun this morning. So we did campfire cupcakes. I just want to give kudos to Jamie. Her cupcake is so much better than mine. I decided to get
Yours
fancier.
Is beautiful.
It's beautiful in its own way. I decided to get creative with it, and the vision didn't vision, but hers is so much better. So now we have witch hats, right? So walk us through how to make these witch hat cupcakes.
All right, so basically, you just get the icing, you make the brim of the hat. So basically, you're just gonna fill in this area right here.
That one's so much harder than this.
Yeah, I don't know if we could do that one.
You got it, we got it.
Take this fruit roll up, tear off.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I didn't know what that was.
Tear off.
And just tear it on out. Use those scissors. All right.
Hold it like that.
And so while they do that, talk about the sort of the skills that they learned from this. We talked about, they can cook and bake for themselves, but there's also a career path for this.
Yes, and I think all 3 of these guys are planning on culinary school and doing the culinary thing. These guys honestly have taught me a lot on the piping.
Yeah.
And Brianna's been doing it for years, but it's a good basic skill
To learn all around, yeah. Especially in life, a lot of people need to learn how to cook and bake, and there it is. You made it look so easy, Jacob.
Wow, that's
all right,
beautiful.
so now it's Jamie and I's turn, so let's see. All right.
Cupcakes?
Which cupcake do you want?
I'll take the more.
There we go.
It looks a
all
little
right,
easier.
the easier one. Alrighty.
I'm on a roll, so.
I went first last time. Jamie, it's your turn this
Okay,
time. All right.
okay.
So let's see if we remember. We'll go all the way around first.
I was going to say, this is a skill that I think everyone would be lucky to know. So you guys
Right.
are very lucky to be at this school.
Yes.
And if you ever get the munchies at night, you can make your cupcakes, right? All right. How did Jamie do?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
Pretty good.
Let's see if I can one top Jamie this time. I should have looked at the form that you did for all this. All right. Going all the way around. All the way around still. All right, all right. And so you're giving us the fruit roll-ups right now, right, Jacob?
Yes, that'll be the ribbon around the.
I missed a spot. All right, there we go. All right, so do we do the cone first, right?
You can do the cone and then put the.
Or wrap it first and then the cone?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
We're going to be impressing everyone with
Right?
our cupcake skills.
This looks harder than it looks, y'all. It's sticky.
It was a good morning for me to work today.
Right? All right, we go all the way around. Perfect. We got a little witch hat. And then we just slap it on top, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
And to finish it off, add the fruit gushers on there.
All right.
For a little bedazzlement.
I thought both were for me. And these go right in the front.
Yes.
There we go. Boom.
Beautiful.
Look at that. The fruit roll-up is sticking to my
Yeah,
finger.
yours is falling apart.
Right? I think Jamie won this competition. If it was one, Jamie won this competition. These look amazing, y'all. And so these are some of the things people can expect. And what else can they expect for the Fall Festival that you guys are going to be making?
We're gonna have cupcakes and caramel apples. We're doing a cakewalk style booth,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be to win a cupcake or a caramel apple.
There we go. I loved cakewalks as a kid for the Fall Festival. We have those details right now on your screen. We'll have more on our Facebook page and our YouTubes as well. Thank you guys for joining us this morning and teaching us how to bake. Well, not bake. Y'all did the hard work and baked to make it pretty and decorate it. But everything looks awesome. You guys brought some cupcakes for us, so we appreciate y'all so much for that. I'm sure everyone here is going to be so thankful for that. We're going to get a little sugar rush before Friday Night Football. Thank y'all so much for joining us this morning.
you.
Of course. Hey, still coming up this morning, we have a whole lot on Morning Y'all. 45 years of service, laughter, and leadership. We honor a Smith County sheriff whose impact still echoes through the department he built. Plus, she's making East Texas proud. We love her, and Aggie history as well. The Longview native marching into the record books at Texas A&M. Stay with us. Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. East Texan Robert Robertson is getting another chance to clear his name after an appeals court stayed his execution yesterday, just 1 week before it was set to happen. The court granted the stay based on the state's 2013 junk science law, and this law allows a person convicted of a crime to get another chance. Now, if the evidence used against him is no longer credible. Now, in Robertson's case, he was convicted based on the now debunked shaken baby syndrome theory, accused of causing his 2-year-old daughter's death by shaking her. But his attorneys say evidence actually suggests that the toddler died from other complications of pneumonia.
We have won a battle, but we have certainly not won the war. But quite literally, our Robert lives to fight another day. And that really is a triumph.
Now, CBS19 spoke with Dr. John Barrett, a political science professor at Turner University, who has closely followed the developments in this case, especially in how the evidence has been interpreted.
We've got, again, several forensic practices, like the bite mark analysis and stuff like that have kind of been discredited. And, people were convicted on using those practices, those methods. And so this is an interesting attempt to, again, go back and try to correct things where the science has kind of not panned out in the way that people thought it did.
Well, the case now heads back to a lower court for review. This time, this is going to be the third time his execution has been stayed since 2016. In Trinity County, a utility bill drop box became the center of a drug investigation after someone tried to pay their bill with a forged check and a bag of meth. Yeah, deputies say employees at the Westwood Shores Municipal Utility District, that is, found an envelope in the drop box office with a shutoff notice, a check, and a small bag of white powder. That powder ended up being the meth. Investigators tracked the envelope back to a home, and when they searched it, they say they found even more meth inside. One person is now facing felony forgery and drug charges. Deputies say additional charges could be filed. All right, let's get a check on that forecast with Jamie now. How's it looking out there for a wonderful Friday?
It is looking absolutely beautiful. So we are in those 60s and 70s. And as you can see, our 7-day forecast, so 87 degrees and sunny on Saturday, 88 on Sunday. Monday is going to be 88. Tuesday is going to be 90 degrees. Wednesday, 89. Thursday, 90. And Friday, 91. So it's going to be a warm weekend for you. And our fall color update, well, we are not in those fall temps just yet, but we are getting there. As you can see, we are slowly but surely moving into that range, but not quite yet. And our rainfall, we are below on that as well. So we are looking forward to seeing maybe some more rainfall come next week. And also in the next 10 days as well, we are looking towards having fall come as well. And as you can see, our rainfall forecast, we are at absolutely nothing for the next few days. And that is a look at your forecast.
Welcome back to Morning Y'all here on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. It's another night of high school football upon us. This evening, CBS 19 has the best coverage of Under the Lights. We have a preview of what you can expect. Plus, country star Zach Bryan is facing major backlash over his new song, and he's responding this morning. We'll break down the lyrics sparking controversy and what Bryan has to say about it.
It is still warm out there, but as you can see, we do have some lower temperatures coming your way in the next few days, and then in the next 10 days, hopefully fall is coming. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Just after 7:30 this morning, thanks so much for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez. East Texan Robert Robertson is getting another chance to clear his name after an appeals court stayed his execution yesterday, just 1 week before it was set to happen. The court granted the stay based on the state's 2013 junk science law. Now, this law allows a person convicted of a crime to get another chance if the evidence used against them is no longer credible. In Robertson's case, he was convicted based on the now debunked shaken baby syndrome theory, accused of causing his 2-year-old daughter's death by shaking her. But his attorneys say evidence actually suggests that the toddler died from complications of pneumonia.
We have won a battle, but we have certainly not won the war. But quite literally, our Robert lives to fight another day. And that really is a triumph.
Well, CBS 19 spoke with Dr. John Barrett, a political science professor at LaTurner University. He has closely followed the developments in this case, especially in the changes of how this evidence is now being interpreted.
We've got, again, several forensic practices, like the bite mark analysis and stuff like that have kind of been discredited. And, people were convicted on using those practices, those methods. And so this is an interesting attempt to, again, go back and try to correct things where the science has kind of not panned out in the way that people thought it did.
Well, the case now heads back to a lower court for review. This is the third time Robert Robertson's execution has been stayed since 2016. To Trinity County now, where a utility bill drop box became the center of a drug investigation after someone tried to pay their bill with a forged check and a bag of meth. Deputies say employees at the Westwood Shores Municipal Utility District office found an envelope with a drop-off box with a shut-off notice, a check, and a small bag of white powder. That powder ended up being meth. Investigators tracked the envelope back to a home, and when they did that and they searched the home, they found even more meth inside. One person is now facing felony forgery and drug charges. Deputies say more charges could be coming. In Smith County, former longtime county sheriff, that is, J.B. Smith, was very honored, that is, in a very special way earlier yesterday.
Brought a lot of contributions to Smith County in a positive light and done some great things.
Smith, who served as sheriff for 36 years, had a ceremony where his official sheriff's portrait was unveiled. He was joined by former employees, friends, and family as his portrait was hung alongside other former county sheriffs dating back more than 100 years. Now, Smith told the crowd that being sheriff was one of the best times of his life.
I credit my success for over 30 years to the employees. Teddy Roosevelt said in 1901 that a good administrator surrounds himself with intelligent people, point them in the direction you want them to go, and then leave them alone, and that's what I did. I had some great guys. I tell people laughingly I couldn't track a bleeding elephant in the snow, but I have lots of people that could.
It's all about teamwork. A big congratulations to Sheriff Smith. All right, well, this year there's a first for the nationally famous Fightin' Texas Aggie Band, and East Texan is leading the way. CBS 19's Dana Dixon, who's, by the way, is also a proud Aggie, introduces us to Natalie Holder, who's doing something no Aggie has done before.
It's pretty groundbreaking. Natalie Holder, who is from Longview, is stepping onto the field as the first ever female head drum major. I caught up with Natalie about this major milestone, years in the making. Tradition runs deep at Texas A&M University, from the 12th man to the Corps of Cadets and the Fightin' Texas Aggie Band.
I've always loved drill, teaching drill, doing drill. And so I knew that I wanted to be a leader of like the best drill unit in the country, which is the Fighting Texas Aggie Band.
Longview's Natalie Holder isn't just living her dream as the combined band drum major. She's also marching into history as the first female cadet ever to hold that position in its 131-year legacy.
It's crazy, and it is set in, but there's still a part of me that just I'm incredulous. Like, I can't believe that I get to do this. And just I remember the first week against UTSA when I was marching onto the field. That was the first time I had done it, and I marched onto the field. And if you haven't seen a drill, the drum majors march out first. And so at that point, like, I'm all alone. I'm the only person marching out. But once I turned around, faced the band, it was all just automatic from there.
And Natalie hasn't missed a beat, following a drum major selection process that's fairly rigorous, including multiple tryouts.
There were preliminary auditions, which were in front of all the directors, and they cut that number from, there were 14 candidates, they cut it into 7. And then there were secondary auditions, and those were, as a 2-day process, it was in front of the band, and then they cut that number from 7 to 3.
Add to that evaluations on academic core and previous leadership performance. It's an undertaking Natalie's been preparing for since her days at Longview High and Foster Middle Schools.
And then 7th and 8th grade, I was a twirler and we obviously marched with the band. And then 8th grade, I was the drum major of the Foster band. And at the time, like at drum major of Foster band, like, it's not going to get better than this. I was so ecstatic. And then now I'm here.
Front and center at Kyle Field, leading the largest collegiate military marching band in the country, with precision and style, making her fellow East Texans incredibly proud. And giving me the game day chills for sure. There is something about the Fightin' Texas Aggie Band that, if you haven't seen them, is hard to explain, even for someone who didn't go to school there. Natalie's days at Aggieland will come to a close soon. And that's when she's going to set her sights on dental school. And we wish her the best.
We're so proud of you, Natalie. Congratulations and best of luck in dental school. Well, from college football to high school football, it is Friday. You know what that means. We're taking you under the lights for the best high school football action in East Texas. And we're already in district play, and a few interesting matchups are taking place tonight. Here's a few of them. Our Game of the Week features Chapel Hill at Kilgore. The Bulldogs in blue are coming off a 72-28 win off Palestine last week, and they're certainly hoping they can carry that momentum into tonight's game. And don't miss our kickoff show site game at Under the Lights. For our Under the Lights kickoff show at 6:30, that is. They'll be live at Rose Stadium, where Tyler High is hosting Cleburne. Now, we don't see the Yellow Jackets a whole bunch, but they are a district opponent, and Cleburne comes into this with a record of 2-4, having lost their last 2 games. And another game we'll be at tonight is in Longview hosting Forney. The Lobos kicked their losing streak last week with a win over Rockwall, and even more notably, head coach John King made his return from mouth cancer surgery, calling the shots, that is, from the press box all the way up there, right? Always a team first guy. He's happy to be back with his squad. All right, let's get to some trending stories now. 7:41 this morning, a true Swiftie is going viral for her spooky and sparkly tribute to Taylor Swift. She turned her yard into a life of a showgirl. Show goal, get it?
Oh.
Spectacle, a play on the title of Swift's latest album, Life of a Showgirl. Now, the display features skeletons and bedazzled costumes, haunted versions of Swift's album covers, and even nods to her fiance. It's weird to say that now, fiance. I'm so used to saying boyfriend, Travis Kelce, but the couple's cats as well. Visitors can even trade friendship bracelets, bookmarks, and trinkets, just like they were at a Taylor Swift concert. That's awesome. She got all the orange in there as well.
Wow.
Are you a big Swiftie?
You know, I am not.
You're not?
But I do. Her new album is good. I will give her that.
What's your favorite song of the album?
I like Wishlist.
Wishlist. That one is good. That's an underrated one. That's
it is.
That's how I know Jamie's heard it, because a lot of people talk about Opalite, the Life of a Showgirl. I like There's Wood. It has a good beat. It's a little iffy, but it has a good beat.
Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of? Canceled.
Okay, yes.
Canceled is a good one.
It puts me in a good mood in the morning, honestly.
Right?
I listened to it this morning on my way. It woke me up, got me ready.
It's very uppy and very showgirly.
Yes.
We gotta put on a show for you guys.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Halloween is 3 weeks away, Jamie, from tomorrow. And if you still need to grab your candy for your trick-or-treaters, maybe opt in for some trolls. Yeah, according to recent candy orders from trolleys, that is, I'm sorry. According to recent candy orders from DoorDash, that is the most popular Halloween candy in Texas, which is interesting. In California, Oklahoma, that is, Sweethearts are the most popular candy, and nationwide, the most popular candy are the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which are one of my favorites.
That's very interesting. I would not have guessed that that would have been the top.
No, I would have thought it would have been like Kit Kat or Snickers or something to that nature.
Yeah, because I feel like so many people are allergic to peanut butter.
Right? There's an underrated candy that I always wanted, and I always got because nobody wanted them for Halloween.
I know what you're going to say.
What?
The Whoppers.
The Whoppers, yes. The Whoppers are so good.
No one likes Whoppers.
It's
no
a chocolate-covered cookie. Who wouldn't want that?
Okay.
What was your favorite?
I like I like always fruity. Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Sour Patch Watermelon.
What about the Sour Skittles?
I do like a sour Skittle. My new favorite, though, I'm addicted. I eat them every day. The little
nerd
gummy
clusters?
Yes.
Would you eat the nerds by themselves?
No.
No?
Only in the cluster.
Only the club, me too.
Yeah, it's like
Cool.
my 4 p.m. snack every day.
We can be friends still. All right. Well, she defied gravity, and now she's on Broadway. Wild, right? Tony Award winner Kristen Chenoweth, who was the original Glenda in Wicked, is starring in a brand new musical from Wicked composer Stephen Schwartz. It's called The Queen of Versailles, based on the 2012 documentary about the Florida couple who built the largest private home in America, modeled after the Palace of Versailles. Previews began yesterday, and the opening night is set for November 9th. So I don't know much about this one, but I am excited for the second part of the Wicked movie. I don't know if you've been...
Yes, it was long.
It was long, but it didn't feel long. That was the thing. Like, it was a long movie, but you were entertained the entire time.
I was entertained, but my attention span
is very short.
Yes, it was
so
not.
we got to give it to you in like little TikTok versions. Have you seen those movies on TikTok where it's like part 1 through 100?
Well, that's...
People do that, which is insane on
That's
TikTok.
my kind of movie, because that's my attention span.
No, but definitely, I am excited for the second movie coming out, Wicked for Good. Hopefully it's not as long. But I haven't seen The Wizard of Oz yet. So I'm sort of starting from the beginning, if you want to call it that. Okay. And then heading into The Wizard of Oz.
Well, it has to come out soon.
Right? We got to. It's
Hopefully.
November, like a couple weeks now. November something.
Okay.
So we're almost there.
Okay.
All right. Well, this morning we have an update on a story about country music star Zach Bryan and his unreleased song that criticizes immigration enforcement this morning. He's defending himself, saying the song Bad News is about his love of America and everyone in it, that is. The song's critics include the Trump administration's top immigration official and calls Bryan's lyrics disrespectful. Meg Oliver has more.
My friends are all degenerates. Country music singer Zach Bryan is responding to the backlash against these song lyrics, which appear to criticize ICE's ongoing immigration operations.
And ICE is gonna come bust down your door. Try to build a house, no one builds no more, but I got a telephone. Kids are all scared and all alone.
Last Friday, Bryan released a snippet of an upcoming song called Bad News, which he had previously teased back in July.
My middle finger's rising and I won't stop showing. Got some bad news. The fading of a red, white, and blue.
Sparking an angry response from the right and the Trump administration. On Tuesday, the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE, released a video on social media showing federal law enforcement personnel confronting protesters and arresting people, set to another one of Bryan's songs.
Save my survival.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem later criticized Bad News directly.
I hope he understands how completely disrespectful that song is, not just to law enforcement, but to this country, to every single individual that has ever stood up and fought for our freedoms.
Bryan, a U.S. Navy veteran, took to Instagram the same day, saying he wrote Bad News months ago, and anyone who uses it as a weapon is only proving how devastatingly divided we all are. Adding, to be clear, I'm on neither of these radical sides.
There's literally a litany of performers who have espoused opinions about what Zach Bryan is doing, both on the left and on the right.
Country music reporter Marcus K. Dowling says what Bryan is doing is nothing we haven't seen before in country music.
There's a long lineage of this. Obviously, Toby Keith, there was Alan Jackson. I think you understand when you take on the mantle of being a star in the space, that you have to have an opinion about something that directly deals with the socio-political condition broadly of all Americans.
I'm Meg Oliver.
Good morning, y'all, and happy Friday. It is a beautiful, clear day out there, and our temperatures are looking just as beautiful right now. So we are at 63 in Tyler, 57 in Longview, 60 in Henderson, and 60 in Jacksonville. So we're in those upper 50s, low 60s. So it's a beautiful time to step outside. 7 a.m. we're going to be at 60 degrees, 9 a.m. 66, and then we're going to jump up to 84 degrees at 3 p.m. So it should be a beautiful start to your day, and then we'll get up to that heat of the day at 3 p.m. And then your weather impact for the weekend today. So today we're going to be warm and 86, and then we're going to be around those temperatures all weekend long, and then it's going to be a sunny day out there with little to no cloud coverage. So make sure that you're wearing loose clothing, drinking lots of water, because we are still in those hot days, and we won't get to fall for about the next 10 days. So your dog walking forecast for today. So at 8 a.m. 61 degrees, 10 a.m. 74, noon 82, and then I gave yellow paws for 2 and 4 p.m. because those pups don't like above 85 degrees. Your low temperature trend. So we are going to be in those 50s tomorrow. So it should be a beautiful start to the weekend, but then we're going to be in those lower 60s, and then we have a chance to jump up to those upper 60s come next weekend. So enjoy this weekend. Make sure you get outside because we are going to be at 87 degrees on Saturday with a low of 59. So it should be a beautiful start to your weekend. And then Sunday, it's going to be 88 degrees, sunny skies, 60 is your low. And then Monday, we're starting off the week warm at 88 degrees with a low of 63 with mostly sunny skies. And I will be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
It's 7:50 now. Welcome back. It's International Plasma Awareness Week, a time to put a spotlight on the importance of life-saving plasma donations. And experts say that many blood donors may not know much about giving plasma, but it's also a critical part of helping people with certain medical disorders. And it's also used in many emergencies. Mandy Gaither has more on how plasma-derived therapy helps sustain life.
When he started elementary school, Jana Matthews says her son kept getting a cold that would always end in pneumonia, antibiotics, hospitalizations, even the removal of his adenoids didn't help.
It was devastating, and there was that mom instinct in my belly that something else was wrong.
At 7 years old, Matthews says her son was diagnosed with common variable immune deficiency, or CVID. His body doesn't produce enough antibodies to fight infection. She says doctors treated him with human plasma.
When I tell you it was night and day, within 24 hours, he was a normal 7-year-old boy running around the house, wrestling with his brother and our dog. And it was like a plant that finally got sunlight and water.
These therapies depend on donations. Giving plasma is different from donating whole blood. The Plasma Protein Therapeutics Association says it's collected through a machine that separates the plasma from a healthy donor's blood. The remaining blood components are then returned to the donor.
The process takes about an hour. And has about the same side effects as general blood donation. You might feel a little dizzy, maybe a little fatigued the day after.
Now, at age 23, Matthew's son has received plasma every week since his diagnosis.
My son is now thriving and living amongst the rest of us and achieving as an adult, and it just seems incredible.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And of course, you can find more information about plasma donations and find a plasma donation center near you by visiting plasmaweek.org.
Here is a look at the weather right now. We are in those low 50s to upper 60s, so it is a beautiful, beautiful morning out there, and it's going to continue throughout the day. We're going to get up to those 60s at 8 a.m. and then 9 a.m. up to the mid 60s, 65 in most of the region, 10 a.m. 70s. And then at noon, you're going to be in those high 70s, and then all the way down to 4 p.m., which is going to be the heat of your day, in those mid 80s, and then 8 p.m. you are looking to be back down in those low to mid 70s. And then as you can see, our high temperatures for the week, we are looking at 87 degrees on Saturday, 88 on Sunday, 88 on Monday, Tuesday 90 degrees, and Wednesday 89. So we should enjoy this weekend because you are going to get pretty warm come next Tuesday. And then as you can see, our humidity, we are going to be comfortable, which we haven't felt in a while. So you have that to look forward to for the foreseeable future. And that is because we have absolutely no rain. So we are at 0% chance till next Wednesday, but we will keep an eye out for that. Your Friday night lights, your forecast for under the lights at Tyler, 79 degrees, Kilgore 79, West Rusk 77. After kickoff, you're going to be at 73, 9 p.m. 71, and then all the way down to 11 p.m. 67 degrees. And now for Saturday football, what everyone cares about, the Texas OU game. So kickoff is going to be at 2:30 in Dallas, but at noon you're going to be at 85 degrees, and then 2 p.m. 79 with sunny skies. And then here is a look for hurricane watch. Jerry is strengthening. Priscilla and Raymond are over in Mexico, and all are tropical storms, but we will keep an eye out for you all weekend long. And then let's take a look at that hour by hour. So 8 a.m. you're going to be at 58 degrees tomorrow, and then 2 p.m. 84 and 85, and then 8 p.m. 72 degrees. So it should be a beautiful day out there for you. And then let's take a look at the next 7 days. So Saturday and Sunday you're going to be at 87 and then 88 degrees, and as you can see, it is all sunshine. And then Monday you're starting off your week warm at 88. Tuesday you could get up to 90 degrees, and your lows are going to be in the upper 50s and low 60s, but you are going to have all those sunny skies. And then next Friday, you're going to be back up to 91 degrees. So enjoy the weekend in those 80s. And that's a look at your 7-day forecast.
I'm going to say boo to that. We don't want 90s. All right, we're going to step away for a quick moment. We have a over-the-air broadcast with a quick news update. We'll be right back here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, all. I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. Tyler police arrested 35-year-old Kendrick Ross in connection to a shooting that happened early yesterday morning. They say he opened fire at a home on North Grand Avenue near MLK and Nutbush just before 2:30 in the morning. 32-year-old DeMonta Brown was found with gunshot wounds and later died at the hospital. Another woman was also taken to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds to her leg. As of now, we're told she's in critical condition.
You know, this is not a random act. They did know each other, and then what we have to do now is just kind of piece the puzzle together of what happened or what led up to this. If anybody out there has a video or has information or is a witness to this and hasn't contacted our detectives, please give us a call.
And of course, the suspect right now is being held in the Smith County Jail on a $1.5 million bond as police continue to investigate. We're learning new information this morning about a house fire earlier this week in Longview. Officials say they say this fire was intentionally set. Firefighters were called out Wednesday morning to Dell Street, that's near Red Oak Baptist Church. Firefighters found heavy smoke and flames when they got there, coming from multiple doors and windows. And the department now says they're investigating this as arson. One person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. 3 others were displaced by the fire, which caused an estimated $120,000 in damage. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the Longview Fire Department. Over in Woodsboro, a man is in jail this morning after shoving an 11-year-old boy, telling him to, quote, fight like a man. 48-year-old Brandon Albrightson was found guilty after less than an hour of jury deliberations. A judge gave him the max sentence, which is 2 years in state jail for injury to a child. All right, it's that time of the year again when the smell of funnel cakes fill the air and the sounds of laughter echo through Nacogdoches. This time around, we're talking about the annual Piney Woods Fair. It's in full swing now at the Nacogdoches County Expo Center, bringing in all the fun and excitement for the entire family. That fair runs all the way through Sunday with lots of vendors, thrilling carnival rides, and some live music. And hopefully that weather is going to be great for that, Jamie.
It is. Let's take a look at the next 7 days for you. So we're going to be 87 degrees on Saturday, 88 on Sunday. So it's going to be a beautiful weekend before you head into next week. And we jump up to those 90s, 90 on Tuesday, Thursday, and next Friday. So you have this weekend to look forward to. And as you can see on that forecast, it is sunny skies Saturday through next Friday with honestly 0% chance of rain. So it is going to be low humidity and beautiful, beautiful skies out there. So that's a look at your 7-day.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much. Hey, stay with us on CBS19 Plus. We're still streaming more Morning Y'all, and we'll have more news and weather there. And of course, on the noon show later on today. In the meantime, have a great Friday morning and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget, we have Under the Lights coming up at 6:30 later tonight. Eight o'clock on the dot this morning. News before you head out the door this morning. The city of Tyler is asking residents to cut back on water usage after a water treatment plant was taken offline. Now, here's what you need to know this morning. So far, there's only one water plant, treatment plant that's giving water to the entire city. We do know that the Lake Palestine water plant was shut down because of flooding and also emergency failures to that facility. The city is asking everyone to reduce their usage by 10%, and that includes a stage 2 water restriction right now. We do have a list of all those restrictions on our website, CBS19.tv. Meanwhile, the government shutdown drags on with Senate votes again falling short as farmers in Iowa struggle without aid, food banks bracing for more demands as well, and millions at risk of losing health care coverage, subsidies near expiration. And death row inmate Robert Robertson's execution is on hold once again. Texas's top court paused it amid a new medical evidence his daughter may have died from pneumonia complications, not abuse. A local court will now consider a new trial.
it is looking to be a beautiful weekend out there for you. So we are going to be in those upper 80s, which you should enjoy before we head into those 90s next week. So 87 on your Saturday and then 88 on your Sunday with lows in 59 and 60 degrees. And as you can see, Saturday through next Friday, we have sunny skies with no rain chances. But Tuesday, you could get up to those 90s and Thursday and Friday. But enjoy the 80s while you can.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much. Hey, check this out. It's fair season, so we want to show you this. It's a very special guest. Look at that special guest at the Carolina Classic Fair. This is Twiggy. You probably saw Twiggy on social media before. The water skiing squirrel showed off her skills as she glided across the water, thrilling fans of all ages, saying, "Look, Ma, look at me." She's known all around the world as the wildest, furriest show on the water. Twiggy proves she's more than just a squirrel. She's a superstar. Now, Jamie, I don't know if you know, I do not like squirrels. I'm afraid of squirrels.
There is no way you can't like that.
But I like Twiggy. Twiggy
Yeah.
is nice. Twiggy's on water, so if I don't like Twiggy, Twiggy can just stay in the water, and I stay away from Twiggy.
There is no way that video can't make you smile.
It did make
on
me
this
smile.
beautiful Friday morning.
But if I'm out in a park and I see a squirrel, I will either walk back or walk around the squirrel.
Really?
I do not mess with squirrels. I'm just scared they're going to jump at me
Okay.
and, do whatever squirrels do. I don't know. That's a fear I've had since a kid.
Twiggy wouldn't.
Twiggy wouldn't. Twiggy would never. All right. Well, thanks so much for continuing your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Make sure to catch the noon show coming up later today. Of course, here on CBS 19 Plus as well. Keep it here for the latest news and weather throughout the day on this lovely Friday. Hope you have a good morning, and we'll see you Monday morning.